Welcome to the BrightCanary Breakdown series, where we distill research about kids, the internet, and social media into essential takeaways. How do we make social media safer for minors? According to a new report, it starts with changing the way we think about digital technology. The National Scientific Council on Adolescence, part of the UCLA Center for the Developing Adolescent, released a new report with recommendations for social media use among kids aged 10 to 13. It's a lengthy read at 32 pages, but we've distilled the major takeaways for you here. First, what's so important about adolescence and social media? Early adolescence is kind of like the perfect storm. Kids are becoming more independent and curious, but they're also less able to regulate their emotions and more susceptible to peer pressure. These kids are going through a major learning period. They're beginning to figure out complex social situations, testing adult limits, and questioning their identities. According to the report's authors, as they go through these changes, young adolescents are especially sensitive to external social and emotional influences. And compared to older adolescents, they're not as able to regulate their responses to these influences. The problem is that social media companies aren't considering this age group when they build their platforms and features, because technically, kids shouldn't be using their platforms. The minimum age for all users is 13 for most social platforms. However, social media use increases dramatically during early adolescence. 38% of 8 to 12-year-olds use social media. So, is social media good or bad for minors? It's both, and whether it's more bad than good for your child depends on a variety of factors. According to the report, social media's opportunities for good includes seeking support, developing identity, social and emotional learning, and gaining acceptance. But opportunities for harm include sleep disruption, increased exposure to bullying, pornography, and unhealthy body images, and harmful targeted advertising. The UCLA researchers offer several specific recommendations. First, digital technology should support healthy development and promote wellness. These platforms should be designed to be developmentally appropriate. They should maximize wellness and ensure that the benefits of using the platforms outweigh the risks. Digital technology used by young adolescents should incorporate and advance the best available research as part of its design and evaluation process. For example, policies regarding the collection and use of personal data should be transparent and require parental consent. Targeted advertising shouldn't be allowed for users below a certain age, and addictive features that pose known risks should be highly regulated. Plus, tech platforms should rely on evidence-based research into early adolescent development to improve their products. Finally, all young adolescents should have reliable access to the devices they need to fully participate in their education and learning. That means tech companies should make their products accessible to all users who may benefit from their online spaces. Companies should consider ways to overcome access inequities that may arise from fee-based or subscription models. Here's our take. Tech platforms have a long way to go before they're appropriate, let alone supportive for minors. This report highlights the fact that any progress in this direction requires tech platforms to either prevent tweens from using their products or acknowledge that tweens are part of their user base and make design, data collection, and targeting decisions with their best interests in mind. That's all from us today in this edition of BrightCanary Breakdown. You can learn more about BrightCanary at brightcanary.io. Parents, check out our parental monitoring app for iPhones in the App Store or in the link in our description. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe to keep tabs on the latest trends and tips about parenting in the digital age. We'll see you next time.